Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. We're going to do a batch 15-16 combined video. I'm going to try and hustle through it real quick. This is just talking about Rockwell and PMI. So we have done PMI on these. In the future, I think we're going to do batches where we don't need to certify that, Kizer has, VG10 or whatever this was. And I think this is VG10 on here. So, yeah. So, I mean, we don't need to go through all that because that takes a lot of extra time to verify the steel. Now, at first when there was D2 in the Ganzos, okay, we wanted to verify it. Here with the Eafengrow, they're 6 out of 6 losers. It's just not D2. But the stat gear, now we verified, and a lot of these Spydercos, Benchmades, other people that we're going to do continually, cold steel, etc. It's no point in going through that verification process over and over again. We're going to go just to the HRCs. Some knives will go to our cutting performance testing people like Outpost 76 or Supersteel Steve, or whoever there, Tom Hosang, whoever. So those will get cut tested, performance tests. I will leave the link to our sheet that talks about PMI and HRC, okay? The Rockwell and whether the steel is real, composition, okay? Then also a link to the spreadsheet that's a separate spreadsheet about cutting performance testing. How many feet fine edge, how many feet working edge will cut from various knives with various steels at various HRCs, all in its infancy. Really everything on this whole thing is it's all fairly new. So as our database grows and grows and grows, and we're going to add like a date that it was tested, so we can look back historically and see that as well. So that's really important going forward, okay? We're going to go forward with just the knives here, and knives that are not here I have pictures of, so let's get going. Okay, batch 15. Here's your first peek at batch 15. Yes, there's 2 knives missing here, but we have the District 9. No, it's not here on the table. Eafengrow, Ganzo, Katsu. Yes, we got a picture instead of the real one. And then the Kizer Domin. Skah, that's gone. But, if it's got an X, it means we've got a picture of it. The Malice, the Viper Belone. The TwoSun, actually I still own. It's off for cut performance testing. So it'll be back someday. And this is batch 16. So you can take a look. Here's the HRCs. Pause and read. So it'll give you Benchmade Bailout, the Miguron, the Spyderco Respect Bowie, Stat Gear, Bark River, etc. right there, okay? So, batch 15, let's start it off with the District 9. And I've done a video on the District 9. A lot of these that I don't have in hand, I did videos on. You can check that out. District 9, Hurricane. No, it's not a Riot District 9. This is different. This is the Hurricane. I sent it in. It's M390. And here's the results. Let's throw this over here. Okay. So it's an M390. He took a couple of punches at it. 58.3 both times. So 60 to 62 is our desired hardness level for M390. And almost nobody's getting there these days. Hopefully that improves in time. This was a 58.3. That's not acceptable. Here's the M390 layout, so you can see the chromium, vanadium, and everything. Yes, this is real M390, so we're good there. Next, District 9, the titanium frame. It's TI64, as you can see right here, TI64. Yes, and here's your composition. Come on, folks. There you go. And there's your composition. So, yes, it's real TI64, grade 5 titanium on the District 9. Next, the Eafengrow, and it here is right here. Let me just make a statement real quick on this Eafengrow. See, it says EF. That means Eafengrow. Okay? Let me show you something else. When it says CH, that's not an EF. That's a CH. It's a CH knife. This is not an Eafengrow knife. This is an Eafengrow knife. This is a CH knife. This is an Eafengrow knife, okay? So please do not confuse these. I know people will buy these on Amazon under the Eafengrow store or title on Amazon, but when it says CH, it's not Eafengrow, it's CH. This is a CH knife. So if I say they're liars about their D2, it's not this, okay? These are not liars. These have all tested true as D2, S35, M390, VG10. They've all tested correct, okay? This, when they've said EF on the blade, this is like a $26 shooter on Amazon. One viewer said this is a knife that needs to be talked about. Yeah, I guess it does because it's a lie. Now, I don't mind the design. I think it's kind of nifty. So design-wise, is Eafengrow doing some interesting things? Yeah, and they have some higher-end knives that they swear are actually D2 or whatever. So maybe they're going to clean it up. I don't know. But in this case, they're rebranding. Okay, so they're getting some generic knives, rebranding them under their name, and claiming, you know, from the, I guess the manufacturer or whoever's making them, say, oh yeah, that's D2. No, it's not. Okay, so that's not D2. So if you wanted D2, wrong. Okay, so Eafengrow, not D2. Chromium's too high, probably 8CR, and the HRC is 56.3, and the range for that is 56 to 59 for 8CR. So it's within range of 8CR. It's low. It's kind of on the low end of that, but it's within that desirable range. So it's 8CR. Not a 59, but a 56. And there's your composition. So Eafengrow, effing liar. Don't know why they have to continue to do that. It's a $26 knife. Just say it's 8CR and go on down the road. They're probably not even checking the manufacturers. They're just going with whatever the manufacturers tell them. So they're probably not trying to lie. It's just that they're getting lied to and they're passing it on because they don't care, apparently. Ganzo FH51 right here. I just pulled this one because I have several FH51s. I think the one I had tested was tan colored, okay? But I just dumped this in for visuals. The one that I had tested for HRC, tested as D2 and 62.5. And I sent that on, I believe, to Outpost 76 to do some cut testing with. I don't have it back yet. So I don't know how it even did yet. 55 to 62 for D2, so this is on the high range, okay? 62.5. Does that mean this is gonna cut like awesome? No, no, it doesn't, because they might have fatigued the edge when they put the final grind on it. They may have overheated it, destroyed the temper, or they may not have even tempered it correctly once they got it up to a high HRC. The quench may have been incorrect. It may have a high HRC, but the tempering is not correct. Who knows? But this is just one thing we can check. And so that's what we're doing here. We just hope they do the rest of it right, and maybe they don't, and so the performance cutting test will tell us a little bit more about it. If you could do some other really high-end testing where you could test the actual thin edges and everything, and you could run that, and there are machines that can test that, that would give you even more information. And here's the printout, but their software package will identify D2, so it's a D2. So at least it's got hardness where we tested it, and all these D2 Ganzos have tested right in the 60+ range. Now, whether they're really cutting all that well. Well, and you can make that argument about all the Chinese D2 knives. Are they really cutting up to the performance level that should be there? I saw a Rat 1 in, what, Ausus outperform a Rat 1 in D2. So, there you go. There's always something going on. Now, Katsu, this is a knife I had. It's like a bamboo type looking handle, and this was like a friction folder. And I got this one because I was just curious, and I had it, and I sent it in to have it tested. It came back, and I don't think I ever even did a video on it, but it came back, and I think I put it in a giveaway or something. So here it is, but it's D2. And I was really doubting that it was. But Katsu has some really other interesting knives, and some that are way more expensive than this. So, interesting there. Here's our sheet on it. D2, HRC, 60.7. Not bad, okay? What does it say? It says D2 right there. Here's your composition. Kizer Domin. Kizer Domin VG10 HRC 59.5, 58 to 60 is our range of desired hardness. So hey, it's pretty darn close. Kizer, okay. We don't have a software that identifies VG10, but you can tell by the composition. Take a look at it. And next, North Arm Skah. I sent the jade one in. I had sent the blue one in before. I had sent the jade one in for another test. And of course I've sold that on since. And it, 2 pokes on it, a 57.7 and a 58.2. So they're all, it's within 5/10, which is acceptable differential range on a single Rockwell machine for 2 different tests. So that's fine. It's really close to 58. Of course, we want to see 58 to 61, so it's just making the grade. It's not overly strong. It's not a 61. It's not a 62. It's not a 60. So, okay. But it's there. It's relatively, you know, it's acceptable. Okay. And of course, we don't have that in the software suite, but here's the composition. Okay. Next. And, you know, let me remind you, these are single knives. There may be a Skah out there that's a 61 or a 62. I mean, this is a single knife out of God only knows how many were produced. And God only knows what the range of HRCs are. So when I hear a guy going, oh, look at that so-and-so model, or just a manufacturer, period, VG10, their VG10's weak. It's 55. And we've like tested one knife that was 55. One knife out of that whole brand. So, I mean, no, you cannot make blanket statements. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, if you got 15 or 20 of them and they're all clustered around a 55 to a 56.5 or something, okay, then you can start trying to pull some information together on that, kind of getting a look at a trend. But wow, just one single knife, and I've seen guys do that. Look at the sheet and look at one knife from one manufacturer in VG10 or Ausus or whatever, S30, and go, oh, they don't do their steel, their S30 or whatever, oh, very strong. It's like, that's one knife, dude. Stop, take it easy, Okay. TwoSun TS128, Tepe design. Yes, that's a little bastard that's still gone, is not back, damn it. Hopefully, I think I heard tell that it performed really well, but I haven't got it back yet, so I haven't seen the stats. But it's S90V. This is one that TwoSun put S90V on, HRC 59. So, I mean, according to our guidelines here, 56 to 59 for S90V. Why not 60? Why not 61? Good. We can, you know, and that's something that needs to be discussed about all the steels that we're testing. Is this just because it's from the manufacturer, is this appropriate for cutlery? God only knows. So everything's in the infancy, but everybody needs to have patience as we work forward with our Rockwell testing, going into performance cutting and even some Catra testing, and see where does the performance lie. Can manufacturers actually hit that level? And if so, maybe that'd be good. Maybe things need to be changed. So going forward, maybe 5 years from now, we'll look at this and go, where did we ever come up with this? You know, well, we'll know because we just didn't have data. Okay, so, but this is, you know, we're just trying to get the best that we can off of what information we can dig up. But it's a 59, so it's at the top end of that. Of course, it's not in the software suite, but here's the composition. Didn't hold the scan. This is typical for us. TwoSun, the titanium. The front was carbon fiber, the back's titanium, which I didn't show you the back of it, but and here you go. No final match because it started out showing TI64 grade 5, and then it has to sit there for so many seconds and hold that scan, and if it doesn't, then it won't give you a match. But here you go. Here's the composition. Yes. Viper Belone, another knife we don't have on the table. Yes, I did a review of it. Yes, it's kind of a European style, really cool knife, lightweight, and it's in M390 and carbon fiber and all that. Viper Belone in M390, made in Italy, M390 HRC 58.7, just can't seem to get to 60. God dang, can't get to 60. Can't push that thing. Why, I don't know. Of course, no match in the software suite, and here's the composition. 20% chromium, 4% vanadium, etc., etc. The Wee Malice. It is malicious. Too bad I don't have it. I'm going to get me another one, though. God dang it. I don't think I can live without this one. This Ferrum Forge design is excellent, and Wee Knife does it so well. Of course, they've done crap loads of Ferrum Forge designs through the mass drop, or drop now as we call it. So there you go. Had the flamed. You can still get it. And guess what? It's M390. What's he doing? Millennium is a bit high. Chromium is a bit low. But it's in the M390 range. HRC is 60, so 60 is 62. Hello, Wee Knives. Okay, I mean, all is not lost, right? Gives me a little bit of confidence there. And it didn't hold the scan again. Of course, that's that flame titanium. I don't know. But TI64 grade 5 started showing up on the scan, didn't hold it. There's your composition. Is it grade 5? Is it TI64? If I had, was a betting man, I had to bet on it? Oh yeah, I bet, yes it is, of course it is. Like I said before, batch 16, Bark River, Benchmade, Miguron, Spyderco, and Stat Gear, okay? Let's start out with the Bark River, and my favorite Bark River knife of all time. Except for the Wilderness Explorer, that Loveless design I just got in a couple weeks ago. Crap, that is damn nice. So, but man, how do you not love this? This Vietnam style, I mean, really beautifully done. I love the antique ivory. It just doesn't get much better than that. And it's in 3V. And is it really 3V? Yes, it is. There's your composition. Yeah, how's that chromium level? Is that up to 13%? Nah. Obviously, it's not a stainless. Now, HRC is 60 on 3V, as opposed to the Benchmade Bailout, which is also in the same material, 3V. Do we want to talk about this? Hell yeah, got to, I guess. I mean, this is not an anomaly for Benchmade. When they got these, I mean, they had people bitching and moaning, and they go, no, 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 no. We did this on purpose. We wanted to preserve the toughness. But, of course, Bark River doesn't know what they're doing, do they? Dummies. That's tongue-in-cheek there. Okay, Benchmade Bailout 3V. Coating interfered in the scan as far as the 3V goes, but here's your deal. And of course the HRC. 56.3. Removing the Cerakote, add 0.5. So maybe 56.8 to 57.2, somewhere in there. Okay, because of that coating. And here, like I said, here's your elementals. But yeah, that was a huge downer for a lot of people. I got rid of my Bailout. I had bought extra fancy, you know, titanium stuff and everything. I thought this is gonna be cool, this new lightweight and everything. And then all that came out and I go, nah, done. Done. Sorry. Keeping this though. 60 HRC, no coating to interfere with nothing. Made right, done right, hell yeah, of course, Bark River. Miguron, Prayer, P-R-E-Y, like pray, but I don't know. It's not like P-R-A-Y, like I'm a praying fool. I'm looking for prey, I guess. And yes, I did a video on this knife, and no, I don't have one. And here it is, but it hit. It is real S35VN, as stated, and the HRC is 59.7. Pretty good. You know, it's not a 57.7. It's not a 58.2. So, okay. And here's your elementals. Okay. Next. How about the scales? They're titanium, correct? TI-64. And TI-64. And there you go. There's your layout. Done with that. Spyderco respect. I don't get no respect, but Spyderco doesn't advertise their HRC, and who cares? Who cares? I don't. As long as they do it right. And I mean, you know, there's always little waverings here and there depending on what steel and what, you know, model and all that kind, because Spyderco's got so much going on all the time. But by and large, I'm pretty confident in Spyderco's heat treat. They don't brag about it, they don't advertise it, but they're doing it. That respect buoy, really cool. I like it, but I had to sell it on, broke, you know, money comes, money goes. So CPM 154, HRC was 59. So, better than 58, definitely not below 58. Not as good as 62, okay. But it's in range, so as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. And here you go, here's the elements. So, no, I don't have any bitching and moaning about Spyderco. If I'm buying M390, I'm buying it from Spyderco. If I'm buying, like, M390, I'm buying it from Spyderco. I've seen some good stuff. I'm going to send those two babies in and get some HRCs on those. I'll bet they're definitely at or above a 60. I'm guessing, but from what I've seen and what I've heard was already tested of them, I'm pretty confident. Okay, stat gear, it's on the table. It's about the only knife of this whole bunch, on this bunch, that we actually had in hand. And I did a video on this that has just recently been released. It's D2. It's a cool knife. I like the design and everything. And yes, it's real D2. And, you know, those micarta scales. So it's not expensive. It's pretty inexpensive. The Ausus from Stat Gear. Stat Gear's got a bunch of different models. And it was a 60, so it's right in there, isn't it? For D2, that's not bad. I mean, could have been lower, could have been a bit higher, but maybe I should send it in for some performance cutting. I don't know. This is our last one, by the way. No slideshows or anything of the PMI gun. TS, all right, here it's a D2. Yes, so it was a match, and here's the elementals. We're publishing as we go, And the danger there is people are going to start making blanket generalized statements about certain manufacturers' heat treat when you can't make those statements right off the bat. If we see somebody who's just continually low on their numbers, we'll contact them, and we'll see those, you know, those patterns. And we're just looking for anomalies and patterns. Most of these, like I said, they tested fine. So there we go. Or within their stated or acknowledged, you know, brackets. So whatever. Take care. Just trying to catch up on some of this. I've got some batches coming back from Kurt, so we will be going over that. We have a second HR Rockwell machine, and we have 2 others on standby that we can use if we run into anomalies or trends that look low where it's really going to be a situation. So we've got plenty of extra other people to test and other machines to do testing, including, of course, performance cut testing done by a bunch of the guys in our test group. So going forward, we'll give you the data, and the numbers will fall where they will. By and large, most of them are within their advertised range. So enjoy your hobby. Take care. Take a deep breath. And maybe you could wish things to be better. And hopefully in the future, with us doing this and publishing this data, manufacturers may want to compete, saying, hey, I can get that blade harder. I'm going to get that thing. And, you know, one of their selling points. So let's see that they want to compete to get things more optimal over time. That'll be a win-win for everybody. Take care, my friends. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.